touchdown, make it a touchdown. Rock 'em, sock 'em, fight, 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 fight. Go Vikings, run out the score. You hear us yell for more. V-I-K-I-N-G-S. SKOL Vikings, let's go.
Damn it, that's horseshit.
Viking Nation, prepare to enter Valhalla with the most entertaining podcast of the Minnesota Vikings. And now, Odin's Den with A-Train and the Hammer.
Hello, this is Thor, and you're listening to Odin's Den, my father's favorite podcast. Convenient? I think so.
Man, that storm effect is long. Welcome back to Who Gives a Shit with this guy and that guy.
A-Train, how the hell are you?
You know what? I'm not doing too good. That's why I'm drinking again. This team's driving me to drink on Mondays and Sundays.
What is that over there?
This is a Jägermeister hard coffee with some root beer in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's like the Guinness of booze, I guess. I don't know. No, wait, that would just be Guinness. What am I saying?
Yeah.
All right, well, welcome back to Odin's Den. We're a pod fart here. Thanks for tuning in. Maybe we can help make you smile, because this fucking team sure won't anytime soon. This is episode 112 of Odin's Den Pod Fart, and we're coming to you live on Monday, 9/21, from the studios that is Odin's Den here in Fargo, ND. The Hammer has a pulse.
Yeah, we're here in the A-Train's swanky townhome.
Yeah, if you look up, you can see a stop sign that you gave me. You can see a shield for the north, and you can see the Minneapolis Miracle, and you can see some sound dampening equipment.
Yeah, I see the sound dampening stuff right here on the wall.
Yeah, it bounces your nasally drone right back at your eyeballs.
Well, something's got to.
Well, thank you for listening, everybody. We'll just cut right to the chase on this turkey burglar. Of course, like usual, you want to, if you want to hear everybody else throw their towel in on the season already, head on over to Purple Pain Forums. That's purplepainforums.com. Maybe you argue with your neighbor, talk about the quarterback. Everybody point fingers at who's to blame. Whatever you want to do, just clack your keys over at purplepainforums.com. And, of course, always check out Purple Territory Radio, where us and other great podcasts are hosted, and Viking Entertainment. I'm assuming you're not just listening to us. I'd be flattered if you did.
You
but
can
I could
see
assume.
Viking fans throwing in the towel for the season pretty much anywhere, but great place to go either way, purplepainforums.com.
Uh-huh.
That's
Is that
the
where you
place
go to
be.
throw in your towel? Or your crusty sock, if you will?
Well, this is already starting to look like a lost season for sure.
Uh-huh. Sure is.
Got to go to Purple Pain Forums. I think I said it last week.
There's
I'll
like
say
a
it
pick
again.
six
This is
game
a really important time for Viking fans to support each other.
I
make
mean,
each other laugh.
I think you should just distract yourself. Play fantasy, play pick six, chat on the Purple Pain Forums with other Vikings fans. Just distract yourself from actually watching these awful games.
These
Think
have
about
been tough
something
to
else.
watch.
You know, wear your purple, have your purple pride, but just kind of have your mind float somewhere else. Probably for the best at this point.
Well,
you know?
if you're a diehard fan, a hardcore Viking fan, these last two games have been tough to watch.
Well, yeah, maybe that's why I'm super distraught and wanted to essentially did walk away from this Colts game. I didn't even get to halftime, and I was already pretty much like, well, this is fucking over.
This time of possession for these games has been
terrible. We'll get into it like we always do a game. You know, last time we actually had 40 minutes, which is pretty pretty actually impressive.
Hammer likey.
We actually hit the 40-minute mark for the last episode. For us, that's like unheard of around here, but yes.
Well, I mean, in a game where the Packers completely hand us our ass, that's not a game I ever want to talk about a whole lot. So yeah, we got done pretty quick last week.
Yeah, we sure did. We sure did. Let me find my prediction game score here, because I honestly don't remember what we said. We can go over that
you
later.
ended up
I just
taking
wanted it ready.
We're tied 1-1 this year now.
Okay, so check out VikingTerritory.com. Wobby's doing stuff there again. Purple Territory Radio and the Purple Pain Forums. Check them all out. And of course, check us out too. Whatever. All right. Not much news to talk about. Not even worth playing the news intro. So, but let's just cover what we know.
Well, I know Josh Metellus got called up to the 53 and Nate Metters got waived again.
Correct. On the 15th of September, kicker Chase, the practice squad protected Chase McLaughlin. On the 17th, we put Pat Elfline on reserve injured list. So that happens since the last podcast.
Right?
Yep. Yep. And that's where Samia comes in. He's so great. We signed good old George Ialoka is back to the practice squad. Cool. Glad to see him back, and probably won't do anything again like last time. That was fun.
Probably not, but we do need safety depth.
You got to have the bodies in the seats, I guess. On the 18th, we signed Nate Metters and Brett Jones, familiar name.
Yeah. And
Josh Metellus from the practice squad to the active roster, just getting bodies and seats. And then today, literally just today, news from earlier, I texted you that was probably breaking to you coming from me. We placed Anthony Barr on injured reserve, and we signed Abdullah Anderson to the practice squad. He's a defensive tackle, whoever the fuck that is.
I have no idea who that is.
I don't either. Just a bit outside. But yes, so to pile on to our already shitty season of injuries, opt-outs, new rookies, and just overall discombobulation, a lack of OTAs, and or, preseason and practice and all these guys clicking and playing and practicing with each other as much as they normally do in a normal season. On top of all that, we just lost our veteran linebacker, who is usually pretty solid out there. Obviously, we still have Kendricks. I still don't mind our linebacker core for the most part, but yeah. Yep. Yay. So just add another cheese slice to that shit sandwich, motherfucker.
I think this means we're going to get to see Troy Dye play a lot more.
Is he going to show his die move?
I'm guessing in our base package, the three linebackers on the field will probably end up being Eric Kendricks, Eric Wilson, and Troy Dye.
Cool. Hey, man. You know what? I don't mind change. I welcome change. Some people are probably going to be in the hot seat after this, what's shaping up to be poor season. Yeah, we can continue to get into that too. But I think is that it for the news? I think that's about it for the news. Okay. All right. Maybe you could probably think of more if
not unless you had a brain transplant.
If you had a brain transplant, you might be able to think of
you.
some more news. You could dig that up a little bit, but okay. So yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about this season, everybody, you should.
A-Train just got sad real quick. Yeah, sip some of that.
Have a drink, everyone, because fuck, the season is fucked. It's fucked. We're done. Hang it up. No, it's funny because it's actually true this year. You know how a lot of years we'll go 2-2. Oh, the world's falling. We get a loss or two within those first 4 games, and everybody's all upset because we're not just balling out winning. And everybody's like, calm down, and we kind of bring it back a little bit. Maybe we'll sneak into the playoffs. We still do okay. I don't think that's the case this season. This year is fucked. Coronavirus is fucked. Everything is fucked. Injuries are fucked. Cam Dantzler is still out. Daniil Hunter, I hope he doesn't come back. The season's probably not worth salvaging at this point. What's he going to do? Let's say he comes. Let's say we go half and half on the next 4 games. We're 2-4. What the fuck is he going to help? If he's got a bad neck problem, get him healthy. Keep him out. Keep him away from this disaster, and let's just try to do what we can and make the best of it. But when you got such a superstar like him, let that injury heal. Probably won't even be worth bringing him back. This ain't looking too hot, man.
That far, I would say if his injury is severe enough, I'm guessing they probably would shut him down for the season.
Yeah. But the way the season's looking, that won't be as much of a problem.
If he
versus us clamoring to bring him back.
Well, if he fully recovers and the Vikings end up getting back to 500 by the halfway point or whatever, then I'd say it's worth playing him.
True. Yes, I agree.
I'm not quite there yet, just saying, well, we should just shut him down no matter what. But
it ain't looking too hot, man.
Well,
it ain't looking too hot. I mean,
after
we got our shit kicked in by the Packers and did a little garbage time scoring, and then just lost to the fucking Colts, to an old Phillip Rivers on a little bit above average Colts team. The Colts.
They lost to the Jaguars the first week. I mean,
I feel like that should have been a win and a win for our first two games, and now we're looking at a loss and a loss. And I think we've gone 0-2 to start the season 12 times, and 10 of those were not winning records, I believe the stat is.
That could be.
So it is. I heard it earlier when I was trying to research before our podcast.
I'll trust you on that.
Okay.
After that first loss against the Packers, I was really hoping it would be a repeat of 5 years ago, the 2015 season.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you remember back then, the Packers came in, beat us in our house, and everyone was like, oh, we're not as good as the Packers. The sky is falling.
Right.
And we kept getting better throughout the year. We were getting better through the whole season. And then we went into Lambeau the last game of the year and took the division from them.
Right.
And I was kind of hoping it would kind of go the same way this year, where we just, needed a few games and everything. And because I mean, that's one thing I will say.
Way different season, man. Way different season.
Yeah. Well, after this game, it's
Way
looking
different.
like we're not going to pass the Packers this year.
Different offensive coordinators, different play calling, different injury lists, different opt-outs, different no preseason, barely any OTAs. It's just different, man.
Yeah.
We're not clicking, man. There's no spark.
I think we are further away now than we were 5 years ago at that time, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you when you got a mobile quarterback like Phillip Rivers, you just gotta just get it to him. You gotta stick it to him.
Keep him in the fucking pocket. You got me?
You gotta.
That's a new drop, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. We got. I found Zimmer going off on people, which God, I hope he's doing a lot of right now. He's actually probably not saying anything just out of sheer disappointment, and he doesn't really not. He's not going to improve this team by just swearing at them. But yeah, I found a great clip of him ranting for about 2 minutes, and I thought I'd grab some clips from it. So we've got this.
I'm not having this bullshit.
Which I hope he's saying about the current season. And then we have this.
Damn it, that's horse shit.
And then we have the pocket.
Keep him in the fucking pocket. You got me?
Which goes very well with the fuck me.
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
you.
Yeah,
drop
we've,
that we
yeah,
have,
yeah.
Which is one of my all-time faves.
And that's when Teddy got knocked out, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, that
when that
Rams game.
The player for the Rams, I'm blanking on who it was, but
I think he threw a couple picks. Our poor baby boy Teddy, I think he threw a couple picks, and he lost to the
Panther-Bucks
Buccaneers.
game,
yeah, just kind of sad, but yeah.
We
got to see those fuckers later. I'm not really looking forward to that. The Bucks,
Tampa?
the Bucks. We do not have it, dude. Our schedule does not get any fucking easier whatsoever, and
Titans
we're already
game's looking
struggling.
tough coming up this week, and
We're already struggling hard, bro. I mean,
yeah. And the thing is, our team needed a preseason probably more than any other team in the league. Not having a preseason really hurt our guys.
Yeah, little bit, man. Little bit. Well, let's get into this. Let's get into this crappy game. I think play calling this season so far has been fucking utter trash. Kirk Cousins' play has been semi-trash. And you can say all you want about, the pieces around him. Kirk's great, the pieces around him. But at the same time, if you look at his whole history and his whole track record in his whole career, he's still just not quite that top-level guy. And he probably never will be. He's a good quarterback. He's a solid quarterback. Is he worth this money? Fuck no. I think we're finally seeing that now. Do we need to start thinking about other options? Yes. A few people, like I said, I think are going to be in the hot seat, maybe coaching related, maybe player related. Change is good. It's not bad. Don't be afraid of change. But things might have to continue to evolve and move on. But as good as Kirk Cousins has kind of been, it's still inconsistent. People say he doesn't take ownership. He doesn't say I played bad. He didn't fucking look that great. He's not mobile worth a shit. Yes, he has bad protection, and yes, he might have bad play calling being played. There's other QBs figuring it out. There's other QBs with shitty O-lines. They're still scrambling. They're still figuring it out. They're still doing check downs. What do they say about Jimmy Garoppolo? All he did was throw fucking 10-yard passes. Yeah, and he went to the fucking Super Bowl doing it. You still can figure it the fuck out. We don't seem to be able to figure it the fuck out, man.
Yeah, well, the play calling on defense for this Colts game, I thought, was better than it was in the Packer game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're still giving up the jet sweep.
Right, that's up to
a couple too many times each game, but
yeah,
and
that's somewhat up to the players to pick up on.
I felt the play calling on defense, at least for the Colts game, wasn't super terrible.
Which it shouldn't be because it's probably Zimmer still, and he's our defensive
Zimmer's still
boy.
calling the plays.
Yeah,
I mean, from execution standpoint, and I mean they did get time of possession a ton too, and some of that is on the defense. I mean, shoot, the first drive of the game, our offense held it.
Looked
6
great.
minutes?
It looked great.
It was a nice drive.
Drive down the fucking field. Dalvin had a nice little run, a gash.
Yeah, that first drive, I was breathing a sigh of relief right then, saying, "Oh, whew, okay,
We're back, baby."
Well, the time of possession shouldn't just kill us this game. We just kept it for 6 minutes right away. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And then, right after that, our defense gives up over 9 minutes, I believe, on that very first drive. They were on the field. And that's on the defense.
And then you were like,
That's awful. I was, exactly.
the tears
That's
were
exactly
flowing.
what I said.
The tears were flowing.
Well, anyone that knows me knows that I absolutely hate when we get time of possession to death like that.
Which we have these first two games.
These first two games have been probably the two worst games as far as just getting frustrated with our play on the field. I think, well, the absolute most upset I've ever been during a game is the 0-2 Lambeau game, but that was because of the referees and everything. As far as just for how we played on the field, yeah, these first two games might have been the worst two games I've ever seen.
If our offense was clicking, people know we're an injured deer on defense right now. If our offense was actually clicking, and even if we weren't scoring TDs left and right, but if we were just driving down the field every fucking time our offense had the ball, getting a couple first downs every time we had the ball, it would be, and kicking a field goal at least, it'd be a huge fucking help. Keep them, yeah, like you said, the defense looked gassed the fucking second quarter.
Second quarter, I
That's
thought they were
bad.
already looking pretty gassed.
That's bad, dude. Oofda.
I mean, Eric Kendricks even got beat by a tight end, and I'm wondering if it's just because he was on the field for every single defensive
Right.
snap, and the defense was on the field over 40
Fuck,
minutes.
man. Fuck.
I mean, shoot.
Yeah, that's, yeah. It's kind of fucking.
Damn it, that's horse shit.
It's kind of total fucking horseshit. I mean, and I still like our D-line, even though two of the biggest pieces are gone, or are out right now that could be playing and should be playing, and we want to play. I used to love Shamar Stephen. He would still get penetration back in the day. He would still get some sacks here and there. I used to like Shamar. Like he was our weakest starter, but he was still a fucking starter amongst Daniil and Everson and B-Rob.
Well, last
like
season
we saw him
he
in
was
person.
playing out of position because he was the starting 3-tech last year, and he's
Right.
a little better at the 1-tech spot
Right.
because run stopping is kind of what he's best at anyway.
But he left and he came back, and it's just not. I mean, and I like Jaleel. I like Jaleel.
Jaleel's okay.
I like our D-line, even without Hunter and Pierce, which we haven't even seen play yet. And, of course, the bright spot, what's his name again?
Oh, Unique Ngakoue.
Ngakwe. Unique. He's very unique.
Yeah, he
His
had a
name is
strip sack,
Ngakwe.
which is nice.
His name is Ngakwe. He was kind of the bright spot of
He
the
was trying
entire
to fire
defense.
everyone up too.
The
Yeah.
entire, yeah. People are saying that too, that we don't have a spark. We don't have that Diggs. fucking getting in people's faces on the sideline for the offense. We don't have that Everson Griffin just hyping people up, being the sparks. Like, let's get out there, motherfucker. We don't have that this season. Kirk ain't a fucking goddamn leader. He's a church mouse. He's a goddamn church mouse driving a fucking Astro van.
Well,
Get the fuck out of here, man.
I think Deadspin has always had the best Kirk Cousins joke, a human cup of ranch
Yeah.
dressing.
You know what? That shit's kind of right.
Yeah.
I mean, love him or hate him. And I've been up and down. I've liked him. I've been like, okay, I like him again. But this is what, year 3?
With Cousins, yeah.
This is year 3. I think it's finally going to start to hash itself out. It's fine. We're finally getting to the point where we could cut him and we're not going to take as big of a hit. We're finally getting to a point where,
Well,
like,
but
okay,
then we
we've seen you,
extended
we've
him,
tried
so-
you, we've tested you.
Well-
I don't know if it's going to work out, Kirk. I just don't know.
It's going to be tough to get rid of him with his contract for another year or two.
People are saying tank for Trevor and cut Kirk Cousins. Tank for Trevor, baby.
I don't think Trevor's in the cards.
No, maybe not. But
I think even if we tried to tank, we wouldn't be as bad as the Jets.
Kirk, I guarantee you we won't have Kirk for more than 4 total years. I'd guarantee it.
You mean another
He's
4
not our
years
franchise
after?
quarterback. He's not a long-term solution. We're not going to have him for more than next year. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
Okay.
I bet you money on it right now.
I
He's
don't
not our
think I'll take
long-term
that bet.
solution. Well, you like taking horrible bets. So take out that fucking wallet.
Well,
Yeah.
a lot of blame goes on Kirk Cousins. I mean, the play calling.
A ton of blame goes on Kirk Cousins.
Yeah,
the play calling, I thought the play calling was fucking stupid.
On offense, the play calling was still pretty bad for a second week in a row. I think Ben Lieber was talking about it on the morning power trip this morning.
Mm-hmm.
And he was kind of saying that it looks a lot like it's either
Just
we
an
had-
old fucking scheme or what?
Well,
People say Kubiak's got this old motherfucking mentality,
well,
kind of like Norv did.
I mean, the West Coast like the zone blocking scheme is fine.
Yeah.
The zone blocking scheme isn't antiquated. It's a
And we
perfectly,
need it. And we need it.
perfectly fine concept. And
Yeah.
that's how we need to block with how our O-line is,
Mm-hmm.
the personnel we have.
Yep.
The scheme also, I think, I don't think it's antiquated. The scheme is fine. I mean, the 49ers run very similar scheme. They got to the Super Bowl last year.
We're correct.
The play calling, the in-game play calling this year has been awful.
Yes. Yep. And who's calling that? Kubiak.
Kubiak. And Ben Lieber was kind of mentioning it. He was saying, well, every play is pretty much either a handoff or a play action and then a deep pass. It's like, why can't we just call a regular normal passing game, just let's allow Cousins to try to throw it short or intermediate here and there.
Right.
Because other teams have been dink and dunking our defense to death all season.
Right.
Do we have to take deep shots all the time?
And Delvin's, they say they want to run the ball, but I feel like his carries haven't been as high as they could be.
They haven't been.
Right. You say you're going to hand him the ball, and then all of a sudden we're behind, and then now you're just throwing. And it's like, all right.
Well, I feel like game flow isn't the entire reason for that. The play calling, Kubiak has been getting away from Dalvin when he shouldn't have been.
Correct.
Also, Dalvin does need to carry it more for sure.
I feel like people say Kirk's been focusing on Thielen a lot too.
Oh,
regardless.
he has. He's been forcing it to Thielen.
Like he's his safety blanket, but it necessarily shouldn't be that way.
I mean, Cousins threw 3 picks this game. One of them was a god-awful read where he threw it deep to Thielen in double coverage.
Let's talk about it, shall we? Kirk Cousins went 11 for 26, 113 yards, and 3 picks and no TDs. You think that's worth the money we're paying him?
Oh, absolutely not. To be fair, one of those picks was just a Hail Mary at the end of the first half.
That didn't even make the end zone.
But, it got to the 2-yard line. I don't know. The Hail Marys, whatever, it was.
You know what?
It was.
Usually it works.
60% of the time, it works every time.
I don't think a Hail Mary works 60%.
60% every time. That's the sense that this shit is making. Dalvin had 14 carries, 63 yards. I think that's about what he had last time. 1 TD, 4.5 average.
Pretty solid.
Madison had a fucking sweet Superman jump. You remember that when he tried to hurdle that motherfucker?
Oh, yeah, he got hit in midair, though. But
It was still awesome. Like, that's some fucking heart out there, boy.
well, he hurdled a couple guys in college, too, and he was at
Hell
Boise
yeah.
State.
I love Madison as a fucking backup, man. I really feel like there's not a colossal drop off.
He is a good backup.
He's a great fucking backup. He's a great backup.
Yeah, both of our running backs had better yards per carry average than Jonathan Taylor did.
Right. Yeah, but they just kept pounding us. Pound.
Time
and
of possession.
We were gassed. We're not what we were as they were stopping the run. It doesn't matter how good fucking Taylor is. We're just they just kept punching us in the fucking throat.
Yeah,
when
Jonathan
our throat
Taylor
was already
looked-
crippled.
I mean, he looked all right, but yeah, our D was just
Right.
gassed.
Right. I would not put a feather in Taylor's cap.
I mean, he might be really good. I don't know.
You
It's
said
really hard to
he's
evaluate
a rookie.
him on this game.
This is like his first season.
He's
They
a
just-
rookie.
they just
This was
drafted
his
him?
first ever start. Was
Oh
against
damn.
us.
Okay. Well, that makes me feel even worse.
Because
Thanks.
Marlon Mack got
Right.
injured first week.
Okay. I think we need to be passing more to Justin Jefferson, even though he did lead. Even though he was
receiver
3
this
for
game.
3, he was 3 for 3 with 44 yards. I still feel like he should have been. We had a lot of drop balls, I believe, in this.
I think
in
we
this
had two.
contest. Well, Thielen was 3 for 8, so that's kind of like what?
I believe our Viking receivers had 2 drop passes this game.
Well, BC was just looking at the stats. BC was 1 for 3 with 24 yards. Thielen was 3 for 8 with 31 yards. Cook was 2 for 2. Irv Smith was 1 for 4, and then Madison was 1 for 2. So regardless of just looking at those stats, not great. Regardless of what actually happened during the pass, not great.
Well, another one of those picks, I felt Olabisi Johnson should have caught the pass. It was
Correct.
a little behind him, but
Yeah. The one that kind of bounced one right to the defender's
bounced
arms.
off
Yeah.
his hands to the defender. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, hey, you know what I like to see?
What?
Last time in that Packer game, when you looked at the defensive stats, when you looked at our defensive players, I don't think there was one number 1 by any of the tackle for loss column. But now, Kendricks had a tackle for loss. Wilson had a tackle for loss. Jaleel, did I do that? Johnson had a tackle for loss. Jalen Holmes had one. Unique had one. It's progress. And Unique had a strip sack too, which is progress.
Well, yeah, I mean, you were saying you like our defensive line, and I mean, I do
thought
too.
I did till they're
Well,
all, but they're all our rotation rest people, not starters right now, and they're forced to be starters. But they're
Well,
people that should be letting
Our
other people
defensive
rest.
line, even with Daniil Hunter and Michael Pierce out, even with those two guys out, our defensive line is good enough to at least be serviceable
Yes,
if our offense is doing something.
correct. Like I
Like
said earlier, it would be
sustaining some
great if we got a
drives.
couple first downs every time we got the ball and kicked a field goal. It would have been way better than what actually happened.
I mean, they just
Correct.
got overworked again.
Correct.
And Zimmer was doing everything he could to keep guys fresh. I mean, he was rotating Jalen Holmes in.
Mm-hmm.
He was rotating Stefan Odenabo. DJ Wanham, our 4th-round pick from this year. I saw him out there a bit too.
What number is he?
98.
Pop quiz, hot shot, Linval. Oh,
Yeah, DJ Wanham took Linval's number.
tear running down.
Yeah,
my cheek
A-Train's
slowly.
got a tear running down his face legit right now. He really is crying on it.
Why'd you gotta say 98, man? Why did you have to say 98? That's Big Goon, man. He used a face mask. He rumbled, young man rumbled. He got a touchdown. He'd tackle motherfuckers. He was a running back's worst nightmare. And he was a Pizza Ranch buffet line worst nightmare, man. I miss Big Goon. Come back. Come back, Big Goon. All right, moving on.
I think Big Linval's gone for good.
I'm just gonna cry in my drink. Keep talking, you fucking asshole.
Okay. Well, there are some bright spots. Our offensive line, I mean, the 2 guards are not good. But Riley Reef has been pretty good this year so far. Brian O'Neill.
has never been said in one sentence before, I don't think.
All right. Riley Reef has been good. Well, you shut up.
Average, probably average. Serviceable. I
For-
like
for
using
a
the
left
word
tackle.
serviceable. Yeah.
For a left tackle, average, okay.
You said Bradbury had a good stat.
Oh, yeah, Bradbury is doing really good this year.
O'Neill should be all right.
Yeah, Brian O'Neill's doing really good too. We need to keep both those two guys long term.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I believe the stat they had on Daily Norseman was there it is. Garrett Bradbury is the number 7 PFF graded center in pass blocking this year.
Kind of strange. I
Hasn't
mean,
allowed
that's
a
2
pressure
games
yet.
in. That's 2 games in, but it doesn't feel like that should be a stat that's true. After watching how bad these 2 games went, it's like, okay,
Well,
whatever.
the thing is with offensive line play, if there's one weak guy or 2 in our case, 2 weak spots, it can make everyone else look bad.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, Garrett
All it takes is one
Bradbury-
weak fucking link to let fucking pass rushers just run on them all day long. And yeah, we're getting sacked. We're getting strip sacked. We're getting...
I mean, Garrett
push back.
Bradbury actually kind of held his own against Kenny Clark against the Packers, and he looked good this game too.
Right.
The problem is
Serviceable.
you got Samia on his right
Wah,
and Dakota
wah,
Dozier
wah,
on his
wah.
left,
And
and
Sounds
when
like
those
we need
guys
a
are constantly getting beat, it can make everyone else look bad.
we need a bunch of brain transplants in that area.
Not unless you had a brain transplant.
I mean, this whole game just kind of made me go...
The hell was that?
Oh, another drop! I like it.
I was like Krusty the Clown
Hey,
just
play that one
at a
more time.
meeting. Yeah.
What the hell was that?
That's all I was saying this entire
Nice
game. What the
sentiments
hell
exactly.
was that? But yeah, I mean,
It was-
I don't want to just shit on the O-line too much, but it's been a weak point for what, fucking years and years,
Yeah,
seasons,
years and
multiple
years.
seasons. You know? But if we had a scrambling quarterback that could extend plays, it wouldn't be as shitty.
That's true too.
It wouldn't be as shitty.
Our 2017 O-line wasn't as good as they looked, but Case Keenum, kind of made them look
Extended
a little better by
fucking plays.
scrambling, and yeah,
He'd do some miracle type shit. Some Minneapolis miracle type shit. Any other words, I guess, on the offense or the defensive side of the ball?
let me think here. I mean, it was essentially the same game we saw against the Packers.
Oh yeah, we got another safety
Yeah,
brought upon
that was
us.
a bad call, though. Yeah, I mean, the referees didn't do the Vikings any favors in the first half either.
Correct.
We still would have lost the game anyway, but so we can't call it a Fail Mary or anything like that. But my God, they called Jeff Gladney for whatever they called him for, and that was awful. Which ended up kind of helping us that instance actually, because they would have tried a field goal there, but then we got to pick the next play.
Right.
Irv Smith, I know he got flagged for a really weak offensive pass interference on a play that would have been a first down, I believe. That was kind of mixed in there that with that second quarter where we just had 3 and outs like crazy, and
I was gonna
offense
say,
just was doing nothing.
yeah,
Any first down
You
you
can't
can
be-
get in that instance is huge, and
but you can't be too hard on the refs either, because there's so much else we could have done better than just sit there and
yeah.
be like, refs, you fucked us 2 times.
well, for sure. But that safety was they called in the grasp way too quick for being in the end zone. Yeah,
That felt like a forward progress. type
Cousins
of
got out of
scenario.
the end zone. That wasn't.
Yeah,
a
he
safety.
did. He clearly fucking did.
That wasn't a safety. That was just a bad call by the referees. But like you said, we just lost this game though anyway on our own.
Correct. I mean, after that first field goal we kicked, it was all downhill from there.
That first drive, I thought, okay, this is going to be a normal game. A normal game where we're not getting time of possession.
Classic
to
Viking
death.
fans. Classic Viking fan. Hopes are high.
Yeah.
And then the rug swept out from underneath you. The web from Spider-Man swept out from underneath
Well,
you.
that is kind of just how I watch games too. Like as I'm watching football games, when we're winning time of possession, I'm pretty relaxed.
Right.
And once we fall behind in time of possession, I start getting pissed.
Or when we
Even
show,
if it's only by a few seconds. That's just how I work.
like we've shown that we can come back sometimes, we can win games, we can hold in games, our defense can hold us in games. This year we have not shown spark, comeback, fight, vinegar, Vic and vinegar and vigor and whatever the fuck.
Well, on the defensive side, I don't think it's a lack of effort. That's maybe a little bit different thing than having somebody that can fire the team up.
Well, I think a completely changed offense, better play calling, and actually keeping the D off the field. I think that could change the whole dynamic. It could easily.
On offense, it can kind of be hard to tell if there's any laziness going on or if it's just lack of execution. On offense, it's kind of hard to say. It's probably a combination of things. On defense, though, at the very least, I don't get a lack of effort from the players. It looks like the players are playing hard, working hard, and
we work hard, we play hard.
they're just sometimes getting beat, getting out executed, just making a mistake here and there, and of course, time of possession kills everything, which is why it's so important.
And we know who loves TOP.
Hammer likey.
Yeah, how about this game against the Titans coming up? We hold the ball for over 40 minutes ourselves.
What? I don't think so.
Probably not going to happen.
I don't think so, Tim.
I think we can get into our score prediction game.
Yeah.
We're tied 1-1 this year.
Yeah.
It's your turn to go first. So what score do you predict for the Titans game next week? A-Train.
These stats aren't even worth going over. Well, let's review what happened this week first, shall we?
Okay.
The game was Vikings 11, Colts 28, if you didn't know. I said
28-24.
28-24, Vikings 28, Colts 24. So 4-point close.
How do you not remember any of this?
Because I don't care.
Okay.
Hammer said,
I do care. I want that free sub.
Hammer. Well,
I want you buying
all I would have had to
sub.
do is come look at the note I took, but I didn't bother. Hammer said Vikings 23, Colts 17. So I win?
Well, you were closer on the
Colts score.
Yeah.
I was 4 points off the Colts score.
If I would have predicted the Vikings would have won 20-17, I would have won. But I predicted 23-17, so you won.
All right.
It was close, but you ended up pulling even.
All right.
So
that's A-Train 1, Hammer 1 overall.
There it is. But your turn to go first this week. So
let's
what
forget
say
about
you,
that
A-Train?
trash. Let's look forward to the Titans. It's Sunday, September 27th at noon. I won't be watching this. I'm going to be in Deadwood, South Dakota this next weekend.
Oh, you're not going to watch the game?
I can't. I got a 4-day weekend. I'm taking a little trip. It's my birthday on Thursday. Remember?
Oh, that's right.
I'm taking a little trip with the boys. So I won't watch this, and we'll have to do the pod cart on Monday night again. But I can watch the condensed replay. But I won't watch this live, but it is a noon game on your local CBS station. It actually says CBS here.
Yep,
or, of course,
because an AFC
KFan.
team is the road team, so it's on CBS.
Okay. So they're coming to us, though. It's at U.S. Bank Stadium.
It's at U.S. Bank.
You know what? Who went first last time?
Well, I went first last night. It's your turn to go first this week.
All right, motherfucker.
That's the third time I've said that now.
All right, you piece of shit.
You're an ignoramus.
Asshole. Fucking
You're a piece of shit.
asshole. You know what? I'm not even going to stand for
I'm
this.
not having this bullshit.
It's like Zimmer said. You don't like what you're doing over here
Predict
with the
the
prediction
score over
game.
there, dipshit. Come on,
You don't
let's
like
go.
this prediction game here. Okay, so we got the Tennessee Titans versus the Minnetonka Vikings.
All right.
The Tennessee Titans are going to... Man, Derrick Henry's going to run a train on us. Like the Hammer's mom at a pizza ranch.
Yeah, I don't know how anyone wouldn't put Derrick Henry in their DraftKings lineup next week. So this is going to get rough.
I'm going to say Tennessee Titans. Tennessee Titans, but it's Ryan Tannehill?
Yeah, it's Tannehill, Derrick Henry. I'm not sure if A.J. Brown is going to be back or not.
Yeah. I have him in one of my fantasy leagues, I think.
Janu Smith is their tight end.
Janu who? I'm going to say that the Tennessee Titans are going to score 24 points. and that our Minnetonka Vikings are going to score 28 points.
You're picking the same score as you picked last week?
Well, I'm going to pick that we win.
Okay.
Because I know that you're not. So I want to be different.
What gave it away?
I want to be different. I want to be cool. I want to keep the faith. I want to believe that we win. I'm a real fan. I'm a hardcore fan.
All right, well, I want a sandwich.
Ride or die. You fat fuck. Ride or die. Win no matter what. I ain't not just in it for the fucking beautiful Firehouse sub with extra sauce on the hook and ladder. I'm in it for victories, baby. So what say you?
All right. Well, Derrick Henry is going to be impossible for us to stop, I think. And Ryan Tannehill's pretty solid.
He was in the Dolphins.
Well, they've figured things out with him. They have the offense kind of set up for him. And
no, the Tennessee Titans have been more respectful lately. So,
well, they were a playoff team last year.
Yeah,
I
think they even won their first game in the playoffs.
I mean, this is going to be another time of possession game. I know it is.
Let's say that the TOP's even this time. What's going to happen? Well, but let's say it is. What's going to happen?
Yeah. Well,
come on, you're holding up everybody here.
Well, I'm going to predict
these people are trying to get back to work as they listen. Hammer.
I'm going to predict the Titans beat the Vikings 34-20.
Actually, I like how you have us scoring 20. I like that.
I predict 34-20. Well,
I like that.
Kind of thinking it'll be like 34-13, and we'll get a touchdown with like a minute left. And
this is playing the prediction game, regardless of what happens in the game and what we want to actually happen. This is playing the game. These predictions are different enough. We're out here in the streets trying to win a goddamn sandwich.
I am trying to win that sub.
I'm trying to win an M&F'ing sandwich, bro.
I don't want to buy you a sub like last year. I want to eat for free.
I think at a certain point last year, I kept doing the same score and it kind of paid off. So I want to say we win. I don't think it's going to be low scoring. So I'm again going with 28-24, Vikings on top. You got 34-20, Titans on top. We'll see who wins.
May the best man win.
May the best tool in the shed win, Hammer.
Well,
all right.
Either way, hang in there, Viking fans.
Hammer likey.
This could be a long season.
Yeah.
Just try to hang in there.
Don't throw in the towel yet, but if you want to throw in your tube sock and your milk steak, go for it.
I mean, I'm thinking it's already probably a lost season right now.
Everybody is, which seems way too early to be saying and taking that stance. Yeah. But the writing's on the wall, man.
But I mean,
it's not like we got a perfectly healthy team and we're just fucking up. All the injuries, the opt-outs, the lack of practice, the coron, the no preseason, the fucking shitty play calling. The writing's on the wall.
I've loved the Vikings for so long. I still.
And you just picked the Titans to beat them.
I still can't imagine not watching the game though. Like,
well, right. I'm not doing it by choice. I'm going to be out of town having fun on a little trip. Okay. It's my birthday weekend, bro.
I suppose.
I'm hanging out with the boys in Deadwood, South Dakota. We're going to gamble and smoke a cigar and maybe shoot Wyatt Earp or something. I don't fucking know.
All right, have fun.
We'll mine for gold, get into trouble. What the fuck, dude?
Well, okay. I guess
I'm taking a trip.
Shouldn't have maybe said it quite that way, but
yeah, you're an asshole. That's all right.
All right.
With your Rick and Morty shirt over there.
I do enjoy Rick and Morty.
More like Prick and Shorty. All right, tune in Sunday the 27th, 12 p.m. on your local CBS station. We will be back, of course, to cover that game. I hope it's a different result. We'll still bring all the game recaps for you, even if everybody wants to throw in the towel. I want to thank you all for listening and tuning into episode 112. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, OdinsDenPodcast.com. Tell the Hammer he's cool, or tell him he's gross, or he has a weird voice, whatever you want to tell him. Just tell him something.
Some of those things are true.
You can holler at us on the website. Check out purplepainforums.com, vikingterritory.com, Purple Territory Radio. We've got our merch is still up and selling like hotcakes. If you want to get a coronavirus mask that says I was stupid on it so you can make fun of Green Bay and wear your corona mask at the same time. Man, there were a lot of comments on that advertisement. I made the mistake of advertising that I'm with Stupid Corona Mask on Facebook, and some opinions floating around. I'm just trying to sell a cool merch mask from our podcast, and everybody's like,
that is such an A-train problem to
don't
get
wear a
into.
mask. I do wear a mask. Fuck you. It's a scam. It's a fake disease. Vote Trump 2020. Like,
That
yeah,
is
I
such a
immediately
typical
regretted
A-train.
advertising merchandise for Odin's Den as soon as, I should have thought that through. My bad. I should have thought of just a mask from Redbubble was such a hot ticket item
Everything
to talk
you
about.
just described is 100% consistent with everything I know about you. And
Well, I'm glad I'm fucking consistent.
yeah, you are.
All right. Well, that's a bunch of fucking horseshit.
Damn it, that's horse shit.
Everybody, thanks for listening. We're at the 45-minute mark. We're coming in short. Hey, shitty games make us actually come in short for once. We'll be back next week. Thanks for listening. Have a good rest of your September week. Like I said, it's my birthday. All September birthdays rule. All other birthdays fucking drool.
No.
Hammer, final words?
I think July birthdays are okay.
Says the drooler.
Hammer out.
All right. Have a good week, everybody. Bye-bye. Keep the faith.
Thank you for listening to Odin's Den. Be sure to follow us on iTunes, Stitcher, and YouTube. Get all of the latest at odinsdenpodcast.com. SKOL!
I'm not having this bullshit.